Former friend shot self in foot and lost her birthday party. So I have a former friend who I think falls into the choosing beggars category. I got a new car this year. I worked my ass off, saved like hell, and got a 2023 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. It is a capable car, goes camping and wheeling easy, and is exactly what I wanted in a car. I had a friend who does not drive at all. She was thinking of getting her license as her parents bought her a car, but if she got it still wanted to go most places in mine as it was nicer. I would typically DD and was the friend who like clockwork made sure everyone made it home safe. For my birthday back in summer, my friends got me a $3 shirt from the clearance section of the thrift store and everything they didn't want from their closet. We went out and did a few things. I drove and paid for gas, which I wasn't thrilled about, but nobody wanted to put gas in my car when it was a part of owning a car and not their responsibility, so I dealt with it. They had asked if I could drive for Choosing Beggars Girl's birthday in November, which I agreed to. They wanted to go to a cheap resort in a ski town. To pick them all up and then get them all to said town would be about 3 to 4 hours driving and over 300 kilometers one way. Fast forward less than a month and I have a huge falling out with them. I had some health things going on, and was mentally and physically exhausted, as I couldn't drive out to see them. They didn't come see me. The final straw was having an ovarian cyst burst. Being stuck in bed crying in pain and high AF from the CBD/THC mixed gummies I took to curb the pain, got me solid enough to text for help, so yay. The choosing beggar told me I was being overdramatic, I was fine, and that I needed to be a better friend and get over myself so that I could start being present in their lives. I cut them out of my life. Fast forward a few weeks and choosing beggar realizes I am no longer in the group, and asks about her birthday. I say I'm no longer invited, so it's her plan. She agrees I am not invited, but I agreed to drive for the trip, therefore I should do what I agreed to, so and drive. I tell her I have work, she tells me I can book time off so she can have the birthday I promised her. I agree, I tell her I will drive them all wherever for $25 an hour, after an 8-hour day I go to time and a half. I keep being paid while waiting outside all the stores and restaurants I am not invited to. I am also paid from the time I start my car to the time they are all dropped off up. I will also be paid 78 cents per kilometer driven. If it is a weekend of driving them everywhere and I put 1,000 kilometers on my car, then I guess I get $780 for the KMS driven. As I would be driving drunk people, if anyone threw up in or damaged my car, I had a waiver I wrote up stating they were on the hook for 100% of the cleaning and repairs. As icing on the cake, it would be nice, and stay at a cheap campground, which I would pay for myself, 5 minutes from the resort so that I didn't infringe on their resort, which they did not want me staying at. I would also pay for 100% of my food and drinks and make sure not to eat at the places they were at, as they did not want me eating at the same places they did. I also have a proper hitch, so I offered to tow a U-Haul for the weekend and store it at the campground so that they could bring everything they wanted or needed and still have room in the car to be comfy. I would not charge any extra for the trailer if they covered the rental. I would bill them for hours taken to pick it up/drop it off and the KMS driven for that. I would also be on call 24/7, so would abstain from weed and have one cooler at most over the course of the night with dinner. Needless to say, this was not okay with my former friend group. I was read the riot act for scamming them and trying to make a quick and easy buck at the expense of this poor girl who just wants a good birthday. I was told if I was going to do that I needed to rent a 2023 Cadillac or equivalent vehicle that I would pay for and cover the trailer. If not, they expected free, 24/7 on call, and for me to cover all gas and vehicle maintenance involved. They also said cleaning was a part of vehicle maintenance, and ICBC will cover damages, and as a vehicle owner I need to pay the $300 deductible myself if they damaged it while drunk, and say it was my fault, as if they damaged it I should have better cared for them while they were drunk. I told them no, and that they could have fun finding a chauffeur to do it cheaper or another friend could drive. She begged me to do it for free a few more times, graciously decided to comprise and that they didn't need the trailer so I wouldn't have to tow anything. I said no, they all know my costs. They can deal with it or find cheaper. She said a girl offered to drive for free with her Hyundai, and that she wished I was more supportive and willing to treat her with more respect instead of letting one small incident come between us. Just found out it snowed an absolute ton in the mountains the week of her birthday. The girl in the Hyundai refused to overload her car and drive for hours on an icy highway, especially when the car would likely have gotten stuck. None of them got their reservation deposits or prepaid events refunded. The birthday girl had no money to do anything else for her birthday. My car would have been 100% fine. I have done snow soft-roading up forestry roads on the mountainside. Had I gotten an apology or they had treated me with basic respect, they would have gone 100%. Had they gone with my offer after I was no longer invited, they would have made it 100%. I told people they made their bed and could deal with the consequences. Up until 2 weeks before the trip, I was willing to book time and drive them if I was paid, but they blew all their money on spas and resort adventures before they even left, knowing it would snow in the mountains. I even knew an alternative way to take, which will be highly maintained, and loop around to the destination should the more direct route be bad. I honestly got a pretty good laugh out of it after.